Good evening, everyone. Good evening. It is Ray Denise, and I'm back with another legendary Convos, this time with Ray Sims. She is a financial coach, and she is also one of the speakers at the Becoming Legendary Masterclass that is happening on July the 31st in Baltimore, Maryland. So let's get right into it. Ray, I'm
Hello,
going to, yes,
everyone.
I'm gonna ask you to just introduce yourself and tell everybody who you are and what you do.
Okay, so nice to meet everyone. Thank you again for the opportunity. I'm so excited to be here on this evening. So, I am Ray or Ray Sims. I'm a financial coach as well as a business coach. I help business owners to manage their incomes and their finances as well as build business credit. So, if you are a seasoned entrepreneur or if you're just starting out, I do specialize in business startup. So, helping brand new businesses to obtain business credit.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So one thing that I was talking to my sister about earlier this week is how many people they say they're entrepreneurs, right?
Mhm.
But they don't have a business structure. They don't have their business set up. They don't have anything. They just are like, oh, well, I work for myself, but you're not like in the books. You're not in the system. You haven't registered your
Mhm.
business. So obviously, if you haven't done that, then you can't get business credit. So can you tell the people why it is so important to register your business properly and um, how that helps with getting the credit?
Definitely. So if your business isn't registered, you're not really a business owner.
Hmm.
If your business isn't licensed and you're really just side hustling. So you have a side hustle, you don't have a legitimate business.
Hmm.
But having a solid foundation for your business is where it all starts. So as you stated, if you don't have a legal business, you can't build business credit. The only thing that you can do in that instance is use your personal credit to buy things for your business or for your side hustle. So, business credit, having that solid foundation, is not just about registering your business, it's making sure that you have an EIN number, a DUNS number, which
Hmm.
is free, making sure that you have a business bank account, making sure that you're using a virtual or commercial address because when you register your business, they ask for your business address. So a lot of people use like their home address because they really don't know the importance of having a virtual address. But all business information is public knowledge.
Hmm.
So, if you don't secure that with a virtual or commercial address, then your personal home address is exposed. So as
Hmm.
soon as someone goes on whatever state that you live in, if they go on that website and type in your business name, boom, all of your information is going to pop up. You don't
Hmm.
want to use a cell phone. You want to get a business phone number. So, the virtual address, a lot of people think that it's so expensive and it can be costly when you are first starting out and you don't really have that income coming in, but it's definitely worth it, especially if you are looking to build business credit because
Hmm.
lenders can put in your business address and just like on Google, they put your business address in and it's a house that pops up. So it
Hmm.
is, you can operate out of a home, but it just looks more legitimate that you have a commercial address. So
Hmm.
that foundation, if your foundation is rocky or like it's not gonna last. Even like I said, as far as the business bank account. So if you have a business bank account, you want to make sure that you have more deposits than withdrawals. So you want to
Hmm.
make sure that you're not using that card for your personal daily expenses, no matter how much money you have in that account. But
Hmm.
the foundation definitely is key, as well as for you to start building, for you to even start the process. Because I had a client who her and then this is another thing, real quick. We getting into it a little bit early,
Of
but
course.
with the done with the DUNS number, right? Because this just happened, so I want to make
Hmm.
sure that I do say something about this.
Hmm.
So with the DUNS number, right? I was opening a new Net 30 account, which is a Net 30 account with a company for a client. So I was opening the account, trying to set up the account, but they didn't give her the option to use a Net 30. So they told her, they wouldn't approve her for the business credit. So when I inquired about why, the reason why she wasn't approved was because the address on her DUNS information didn't match the address on
Hmm.
her Secretary of State.
Hmm.
So that's why it's so important to make sure that all of your information matches across the board because it took us almost 2 weeks to get that straightened out. We had to wait for Dunn's, then we had to wait for the Net Dirty company to fix that.
Okay. So, all right, let's go back just a little bit.
Yeah.
Because the
Cause
conversation is
y'all, wait a minute,
going
let me let them know real quick, y'all. I talk a lot, and take me back anytime you need to. I'm not gonna be offended. Go
because the
ahead.
conversation is going really good. It's so informative, but let's go back to what you told us what you do, but like really tell us about your business and why you got started. So that way people can really understand like, oh no, she
Okay.
like let's talk
So I'm
about
gonna take y'all back to the very beginning. So first starting off, my personal finance was like so screwed up. So I had a business. My business it was doing well. Another business that I had is a home healthcare agency. So
it.
my home healthcare agency was doing well. I had income coming in. I had a contract with the state, so I was making the money. But I really, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't pull up QuickBooks at the time and show you how much I made because what I told y'all not to do, I was doing. I was swiping
Mm-hmm.
my business credit card for gas, even though you can use it for gas, but it was my personal gas. It wasn't like I was using that gas for working. So I was swiping it when I went to Walmart to buy stuff for my house. It was ridiculous, which I would definitely warn y'all not to do, but my finances was like so screwed up. So I was like, okay, I'm making the money, but it's like I had nothing to show for it. So after
Mm-hmm.
basically getting tired of going in the same loop, living paycheck to paycheck, I still worked my 9 to 5, but my mindset wasn't there. I was feeling like, okay, my business money was not necessarily play money, but it was just like, okay, it's guaranteed. This hit my bank account every Friday. It's like my extra
Mm-hmm.
money. So I wasn't like keeping track of it. I didn't have a budget for my business or for my personal. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. So anyway, I was in debt with like credit cards. So I stopped playing with myself. So I created like a what I call a debt solution plan. So I
Mm-hmm.
created like a plan that I was going by to start budgeting. So I started budgeting and actually started working. The first few times it didn't, but after a while I stuck with it. The budgeting started working. So after I did that for myself, I started doing it for like my friends or my family, a couple of my family members, and I'm like, oh, this is a thing. Like I
Okay.
never realized how many people needed help with their money. Like I make good money, but
Mm-hmm.
I really had nothing to show for it. So I started helping them
Mm-hmm.
and I felt like, okay, this is a need. So I started doing that with just personal finances. So a lot of the people that I was helping,
Mm-hmm.
they also had businesses. So I'm like, okay, well, what can I add or how can I help them with their business as well? Business credit. So business credit, it was new to me, even though it's been around for years. So I also started to help
Mm-hmm.
them like after it's a whole transformation. So after we dig into your personal finances and get everything structured correctly there, we moving on to your business and we doing the same exact thing because you can't have your business finances straight and you building business credit, but your personal is messed up. Then that's going to
Mm-hmm.
cause you to start using your business credit cards for your personal.
Mm-hmm.
So the
Mm-hmm.
program or the mentorship that I had, we start with your personal first, and then we work our way to business. But say, for example, if someone says, well, I don't need help with my personal finances. I budget on a daily basis. All I need is business credit. Then I also help with that too.
That's amazing. Especially just to think like so many people, especially after COVID, like
Hmm.
money has just been so crazy for some people. So they are, like you said, they digging from one to supplement for the other, and you have to be able to find that balance. So, um, since you started your business, have you ever either one of your businesses have you ever felt stuck in business? And if so, what did that look like for you, and how did you move past it?
Way too often I felt stuck.
Mm-hmm.
It's just really like a mind thing, and
Mm-hmm.
it's nothing that I really did specifically. I just kept going. Like I kept
Mm-hmm.
moving forward. I just got out of my funk or whatever it was in it I was going through. Even with like personal, like sometimes our personal things that we're going through affect us in business
Mm-hmm.
because it's like I don't feel like doing this or I don't want to do that. Or even when it comes to showing up on social media, it's like you gotta create the post. It's real, it's hard. So we see other people doing it like, oh, it's so easy for them. It can be easy for us too. We just gotta apply. We have to, keep going forward. If we keep going in the same circle, it's never like
Mhm.
it's no change going to happen. It's definitely not going to get better. But really,
Mhm.
just starting with my mindset and forcing my, not necessarily forcing myself, but making myself realize like if I don't do it, it's not going to get done. And
Mhm.
also, helping me to become unstuck is making sure that I had the right people around me, like my
Mhm.
friends, my immediate circle, making sure that we're holding each other accountable to a certain extent. Everybody, of course, is not going to be all of your friends aren't going to be business minded, but at least if you have that one friend, and for me, I
Mhm.
call my friend that helped me in that way my business bestie. So she's
Mhm.
my business bestie where we have like accountability check-ins and different things like that. And even with her, I gotta be real, I still get stuck. Like
Okay.
even she'll send me a text, what's going on? I ain't seen you posted nothing. Okay, mind your business. That's what I want to say. That's what I want to say. Like, okay, mind your
Exactly.
business. Like, let me live over here. But we have to have people, that hold us accountable. But getting
Mhm.
stuck, that's a real thing. So when you
Mhm.
first told me about the workshop, I was all for it. Like, come on, let's go.
Mhm.
But it's
And
really a real thing. And it looks so easy to other people or
uh-huh.
so simple, but it's really not.
And just think like when you're stuck, it doesn't always look the same. Like everybody's stuck is not the same thing. So I can be, I know like personally for myself, I can push out content for clients, I can push out concepts, I can push out ideas, and it's me flowing in their realm or like trying to make sure that they are flowing. And I am very guilty of this when it comes to myself, when it comes to my business. Like it's not necessarily that I'm stuck, but it's like burnout. And you have to be
Yes,
able to
yes.
identify the difference because
Mhm.
you pour your all into everybody else. And when you get back to yourself, you put yourself on the back burner for so long. It's like, well, what do I do now? Like,
Right.
just to think, even this class was such a step in a totally different direction for me because I am so big on playing the background.
Okay.
And that's because I feel like I am the person who helps to push everybody. So if I'm pushing you, I'm behind you. Like
Mhm.
I can't push you and be in front of you. So like this is so different for me. Like I hate like everything about what we are doing for this masterclass. I hate everything about it for myself personally. Like
What?
it's so uncomfortable,
Yes.
but like that's how we're moving from step to manifest the vision because you have to get out of the comfort zone. You have to be
Mhm.
able to realize like, okay, I want new results. I want to see my business go higher. How can I do that? By doing stuff I don't like to do.
Right.
By doing
Right.
everything I hate.
And that alone is hard.
Exactly. Exactly. And everybody like, well, what did you do for your business today? What did you do? I rested.
Right.
I prepared for this live. I did my best.
Yeah, and
I
that's
gave
another
my
thing
all.
though. Wait a minute, we need to put some oomph behind that because even if you do something, like every day you don't have to do something. Some people be like,
Mhm.
oh, well, you gotta be showing up every day. You gotta do this. You gotta do that. Just like to take it a few steps back, what you said, we have to be able to identify burnout. If you every
Mhm.
day you're doing something, yes, every day, okay, 30 days in a month, you can do something 27 days. You can take a break.
Mhm.
It's okay to take a
Mhm.
break. Or it's okay to double work on one day. Say you say,
Mhm.
okay, I'm creating 5 flyers for the week. It's okay to do that. And the next day you rest.
Exactly. Exactly. And everybody knows this. Like, and you have learned this. Like, I work throughout the night. Like
Yes.
during the day, your girl is doing a bunch of not working.
Uh-huh.
But when that 11 o'clock hits, I'm like, oh look, let me do some work. And I'm up all night, so I'm putting in a shift. I'm putting in 8 hours or something
Yes.
sometimes throughout the night. And so if I want to be resting while everybody is up, let me rest.
Right. That's your
Let me
business.
rest.
Yep.
But it looks so different for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. How, for clients that you have worked with specifically, how has business credit like really helped them to shape and evolve their business? Because we are living in a, I feel like we're living in a society where we all know like money, green cash is what everybody wants to have, but they're not realizing like in order to do that, like you got to have credit because you got to have something that's going to back you or like something that's going to hold your name down. So,
Definitely.
um, yeah.
So business credit has allowed them to like scale their business. So I'm going to talk
Mm-hmm.
about my personal experience first. So
Mm-hmm.
me personally, when I first started building business credit and had access to business credit cards, I was able to invest in myself and do certain like mentorships or coaching programs because I had that extra money.
Mm-hmm.
And it also saved my personal credit. So even though I had personal credit cards, me using my business credit cards, they don't show on my personal credit profile. So my
Mm-hmm.
utilization isn't so high, and it's not saying my score dropped 60 points because my card, I spent $2,000 on my card. So for
Mm-hmm.
myself, business credit really helped me to grow in that area by investing in myself. Because honestly, if I didn't have like the cash or the money, the cash flow to do the mentorships, I probably wouldn't have done it because I would
Mm-hmm.
have felt like I'm not putting this on my business credit card. So for me, it has allowed me to be able to invest in myself. And you
Mm-hmm.
also, even though you have the access to business credit, whatever the case may be, you have to know what a good investment is and what a bad
Yeah.
investment is. So just
Yeah.
because somebody is selling you something, you have a business credit card with a balance of $10,000, and you see a like do your research, research the coach,
Mm-hmm.
research exactly what you're doing before you invest in yourself. Make sure that
Mm-hmm.
any decision that you're making on business credit is a smart decision because you do have to pay the money back. So while
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't show on your personal credit, the same rules apply. Some cards, you still have that interest and different things like that. So just be careful with that. But my clients have been able to scale their business. So even if it's just to buy more supplies, I help a lot of people in the beauty industry. So like nails, hair, different things like that. So even if
Mm-hmm.
it's to buy more supplies, you're buying the supplies, but you're not using your cash flow that or the money that you made this week. You have a
Mm-hmm.
whole 30 days, or most accounts are net 30s, but you have 30 days or plus to pay the money back so you can scale your
Mm-hmm.
business in that way. So the cash that you have, you can invest that in doing something else. You can
Mm-hmm.
use, and you can pay the business credit back. You don't have to pay it's not a 30-day loan in most cases.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to pay $500 back, or whatever you spend, you don't have to pay that back. But business credit definitely allows you to scale your business to the next level, but you have to know what scaling looks like for you, or where do you
Yeah.
want your business within the next 6 months. If somebody, you watch a video on TikTok or on Instagram and somebody says, oh well, I scale my business to $100,000 in 3 months on business credit, they probably had a loan. It probably wasn't
Mm-hmm.
business credit, but you have to be realistic with your goals and with where you're trying to be. And also,
Mm-hmm.
with, it depends on what your income is for your business. So
Yeah,
if you
that's
don't have
important.
any income, yeah, if you don't have any income and you're applying for these, you have to pay that money back. It's no point if you're using your personal money. You want your business to be able to sustain on its own.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you said something that I think is really important for people to understand, that personal credit and business credit, they're two separate entities. So,
Definitely.
um, I know like a lot of people think like, oh, well, I probably can't get business credit because my personal credit is so bad, but it's not necessarily like that, right?
Right. It's definitely not like
Mm-hmm.
that. But if you are personally guaranteeing something, which means that
Mm-hmm.
you're using your own social. So for certain credit cards, if they tell you put your social, and that means that you're personally guaranteeing it. So it's going to
Mm-hmm.
reflect on your personal credit. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why we want cards that don't show up on our personal credit.
Right.
Well, that's why we want business credit cards that don't show up on our personal
Mm-hmm.
credit, because for all of that, if you can get it in your business name, you can get it in your personal name and just get it on your personal
Mm-hmm.
side to reflect it anyway. But that's the
Mm-hmm.
good thing about business credit. Even if the card is
Mm-hmm.
maxed out, you're paying it. But
Yeah.
even if it's maxed out, it's not affecting your personal social security number.
Yeah. That's definitely good for people to know.
Yep.
So, okay, so let's go back from when the conversation first started. We were talking about properly setting up your business to ensure that you can get business credit. So, I feel like everybody doesn't even understand the difference between the EIN and the DUNS number. So,
Okay.
can you help the people a little bit? Explain to them the difference.
Yep. So your EIN number is the number that you're going to get from the IRS.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to have an EIN number before you can even apply for the DUNS number. So the DUNS number, both of them, like I said, both of them are free. So the
Mm-hmm.
EIN number you would get on irs.gov. If a company tries to like make you pay for it, then that's a third party company, and you definitely don't have to pay for it. I actually have a link in my bio. It's a free ebook that
Mm-hmm.
breaks each one down. So EIN, it has Dunn's number on it, and it's the steps. It's free. It's the steps to
Mm-hmm.
build your business with a solid foundation. So
Oh,
I
that's
touch
so
on,
good.
yep, so it's definitely free. You just click the link, download it. I touch on, what is it, your EIN, properly structuring your business, the DUNS number, getting the business telephone number, getting the professional email address, all of those things. It's like 7 or 8 steps.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's amazing, and that's such a good resource for people to have.
Hmm.
Um, so the conversation is going really good, and you've given a lot of gems.
Thank
So yeah, so I don't want to pull on you too much because this is just like a little taste of what the masterclass is
Okay,
going to bring.
okay.
So we've been on for about 20 minutes. So where can people find you? What can they expect from you coming up? And do you have any big projects that you're working on that are coming down the pipeline?
So you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, y'all. I'm really an old lady, so I don't fool too much with Facebook. I got the account, but I don't be on there. But on Instagram, you can find me at Collectively Ray. The only big event that I have coming up, like closely, is this masterclass. So I'm super excited to see y'all and to share with you all. But as far as anything else, you can connect with me on Instagram and just stay up to date.
And
But
like
one thing
she,
I did want to touch on real quick
uh-huh,
before we
uh-huh,
get
go
off,
ahead.
one of the questions that I had here was what challenges what did I face like starting my business? So
Mm-hmm,
of course it's been many, but I just want to stress the importance of having your business income and your personal income separate. So I
mm-hmm.
always tell this story, in which I'm sure I'm gonna tell it at the master class too. So, okay, y'all, taxes. Listen, I
Ooh,
screwed my taxes up so well. It probably was like a good 2 years. I was like, okay, well, let me cheat the system. Let me try to, not report as much income. Y'all want to be business owners. Y'all want to be big dogs. Y'all got to report that income, and y'all got to pay.
okay.
You got to pay to play. So I was not reporting all of my income. And it was probably like a good 3 years later, I ended up getting a letter from the IRS because, mind you, I told you I had a home health care agency, so I had a contract with the
Oh,
state.
yeah.
The state was the state is doing what they supposed to do. They was reporting the income to the IRS, but I wasn't going in and also, reporting that I received that income. So
Mm-hmm.
I ended up owing the IRS thousands of dollars because I wasn't reporting the income. So taxes, don't play with them people, y'all. Just get them people their
Okay.
money. But that's the
If it's
last thing
if
that I
it's some
wanted to
people
say.
that I'm not playing with, it's the IRS.
Right. Because you're gonna
I
have to
don't
pay
want no
anyway.
smoke.
Yep.
Exactly. I don't want no smoke. But thank you so much, right up. Wait. So next Wednesday at 6, we're gonna have another conversation. It's gonna be me, Ray Sims, and Reagan Farley. And I'm excited about that one because it's the three Rays from
Yes.
the masterclass. And that conversation is going to be amazing. We're just going to be preparing for the masterclass and just giving y'all a little taste
Just a
of what
little
to
one.
expect. Just a little taste of what to expect. But I am super excited. Thank you so much, Ray, for coming on tonight to
Thank
help the people understand business credit, how they can obtain it, and what they can do to separate their business from their personal. And everybody go to her Instagram at Collectively Ray to download her ebook. She put her time into creating that ebook for everyone. So just hop on, get it together, and that's about it.
you. All right. Well, I will see you next week.
All
Thank you.
right. Thank you so much.
Bye bye.
Bye.